I'm jumping right in. I participated in um, Ouroboros or Ouroboros channels, VR or hashtag um, Council of Seven for the tarot decks. And I watched Natalia's video then with the hashtag 7 guides, and those are 7 oracle decks. And so I just went to my shelf and I grabbed the oracle decks that I, would consider to be guides. And again, much to my delight, there's 7 of them. There could have been 8, but it was two. Like the 8th one would have been a second type of the same kind of oracle. You know what I mean? Okay. So I will introduce you to my 7 guides. And 2 of my 7 actually are the same as Natalia's. So my first guide, I guess in no particular order, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe there is an order to my madness. We'll find out. Anyway, so my first guide is this deck, and it's my Angel Oracle deck by Ambika Wouters. And of all my guides I have here, this one's been with me the longest of these. And this is a very gentle guide. This is a guide that has been with me for, I want to say, at least 25 years. I don't refer to it very often, but this is the one that when it speaks to me, it says, I know, I was there, and it's okay, you're safe. Because it's been with me through some very, very hard times, very harsh times, that when I look at these images, I just hear the voice saying, it's okay, it's okay, I know, I already know how you're feeling, and I already know what to say to comfort you. So that is my first one, and it's Ambika Wouters, the Angel Oracle. This is, I think it's still available. It's a different edition now. Like this is like first edition, like from 20-something years ago. And this is what the backs look like. This is what the cover of the box looked like. Just if you want to do a little search. I probably should. I'm going to try. You know what? I'm going to do what Natalia did. I'll link below my oracle decks. So that's my first guide. My second guide is this one, and it's the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And this guide feels like a colleague, or it feels like a girlfriend, but a girlfriend that, the kind of girlfriend that you make at work, someone who works in the same field as you. This, I used, mine is trimmed. I trimmed the borders off, and I edged it in antique linen. This is unusual for me because it's collage and it's photo manipulation, but it's just done so well. I adore this deck. And this guide, like I said, this is my best girlfriend that I met at work. She's my best girlfriend, colleague. She helps me when I read for other people. Always spot on with that clarifier, and always, I want to say a little grounding. I want to say that she brings me back to how do I put it? You know, like when you speak to a colleague and they put things into um, theory perspective of your profession. So I work in healthcare. I'm a nurse. So you know, it's like that nursing colleague slash best friend who will, when I turn to her for advice, she will put it in my professional language because I use her a lot in readings for other people. So she puts she speaks to me in the manner that I speak to other people when I want to help them to decipher and clarify things for them and help them understand. I hope that made sense. I love this. This one is. And one thing I will say, of my seven guides here, never gonna get rid of them. They are. I'm loving these. I'm loving these hashtags that I'm doing, following like as video responses to Natalia at Ouroboros, because it also helps me see the decks that really work for me by just what I didn't prepare for this video, and also I just went to my shelf, boom 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 boom, picked the ones and put them aside, and I only counted them once I brought them to my desk. So like if I didn't have 7, because selection is a little limited, even though for me it seems like a lot, I was still going to do it anyway. So that was number 2. The next one, okay, which one should I do next? The next one is the Wisdom Keepers, and this guide is this guide has a very distinct voice as well. This is the guide that I turn to when I don't understand myself, and I often struggle with, I don't understand myself. I don't understand why I'm feeling a certain way about a certain thing, or why I'm reacting the way I am to a certain situation. This is the guide that gently sits me down and says to me, okay, remember this thing that happened to you way back when? I remember, and I'm going to explain to you how that thing that happened to you way back when is affecting your present situation. It's affecting the way that you are behaving and the way you are interpreting your surroundings right now. And it's okay. You're safe. But this is why you're behaving or reacting the way that you are. So it's that guide. I love this deck. And thank goodness this one was not available in Canada. I don't know if it is now, but it just wasn't available in Canada. And somebody who loves me ordered it on my behalf. I sent her, PayPal's a beautiful thing. I sent her PayPal and she ordered it and went through the trouble of receiving it at her house and then shipping it out to me. And it's special to me for the guide that it is and the person who helped me obtain it. Wisdom Keepers. The guidebook to this is just unbelievable. This is not an oracle. You can use it and just gaze into the person's eyes, because these faces are just so, they're just so expressive, right? The eyes are so expressive. But the guidebook is invaluable. The guidebook is where the gold is. And this is, again, I have very few decks that I appreciate the guidebook and use the guidebook consistently. This is one of them. And it's funny, in my guides here, there's there's a couple that I use the guidebook a lot. I don't like the first two I showed you, my wisdom, vintage wisdom oracle and my angel oracle. I don't use the guidebook, but wisdom keepers, it's a must. Next guide. Who should I go with? My next guide is, everybody has this friend. Everybody has this person they turn to. My next guide is a jerk. An absolute jerk. And I say this with respect because I really don't want to anger. I don't want to tempt them. Natalia too shared her that this is one of her guides, and it's the Fairy Oracle. The Fairies Oracle by Froud. And I agree with her. This guide's an asshole and a trickster. This guide, you're asking about bananas because that's what your focus is on today, and it will answer you with how stupid you are. You're asking about, should I buy bananas today? And of course, this is like just an example, right? I'm not going to ask an oracle, should I buy bananas today? But I want to just to illustrate that you're asking about one thing, and it'll come out of nowhere and tell you something about yourself that is not untrue. See, that's a disturbing part. Again, like it's eavesdropping on you, like it's spying on you. And you're asking about, oh, should I buy bananas today? And this thing won't even answer anything about should you buy bananas today. It'll go right into how stupid you were about this decision that you made, and you fucked everything up. This guy. But I need this guy. I think we all need that guy. So, yeah. Fairies Oracle. The next one is a new edition that I have just bonded with. And it is the Mystic Shaman Oracle, or Mystical Shaman Oracle. I don't know. I got rid of the box because the box didn't interest me at all. The guidebook is good. But this guide, this is a spiritual guide. But this is a grounding spiritual guide, which sounds like an oxymoron. But this one really helps me explore. Hang on, let me go get the guidebook to explain myself. And I'm back. All right, so I didn't prepare for this video, just like I didn't prepare for the Council of Seven, because then I would overanalyze it and get into this whole analysis paralysis over, pieces of card. So, flying by the seat of my pants. So it is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. It's the one that the box looks like this. And I turn to this guide for medicine, specifically for the medicine. And I'll describe what that means. So by showing you the guidebook. So this is what the artwork looks like. But that's not the point. The point is the medicine. This is my guide that I turn to explore aspects of my life or relationships where I need to bring into balance and repair. So it says in the guidebook, read the medicine only if your card is reversed. But no, I actually focus on the medicine. So there's the essence, right, which is the nice oracly kind of meaning. Then there's the invitation, where it's the it continues with that oracly kind of, you should, for instance, in this one it says, when the circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including spirit. So it's that. No, the gold with this guide is the medicine. When the circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go. The importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. If you are faced with the challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this. In the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again, prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity, and spirit always waits for you to find your place in the dance again. So, I turn to this guide for medicine, and this is my shaman. This is my shaman guide. And I only turn to my shaman guide for the medicine. I don't use it as an oracle kind of thing at all. It's when, I feel like, okay, you know what, I have something I need to work out. I seek the shaman. The next guide, oh my gosh, okay, so I need to move these guys around because I'm a little disorganized. Gotta make sure I know which ones I already showed you. So I have 2 left. One of them is new to me, and I just started working with this guide this month. But it wanted to be, it kind of signaled me from the shelf, it wanted to be included. Because even though I just started working with it this month, since I got it, these faces are familiar to me, and it's this guide, it's the Weaver's Oracle. This is the guide that connects me to my ancestors. This is the guide that connects me to my female ancestors, to matriarchal power. They're the ones, this is the guide that reminds me where I come from and who I am. This is the guide that tells me, this is the guide that gives me strength and courage. This is the guide that, sorry, I'm staring at their faces. It's like unbelievable to me. This is the guide that when I turn to her for guidance, looks at me and says, really? That's what you're concerned about? I mean, that's, sometimes I laugh because this guide also has that tone sometimes of, you want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. So strong, this is strong, maternal, but in a matriarchal, this is tough love mother kind of guide. The tough love. One that tells me to put on my big girl panties and shut up with my first world problems. And last but not least, this is the guide that when I turn to this guide reminds me that I am a spirit having a human experience, and reminds me that I am who I am at my core, reminds me who I am in my soul. And these are soul cards 1 and 2. These, of all the guides, these are the ones that sit with me in silence. If I'm crying, this is the guide that holds my hand and just sits with me silently. There are no words on the cards. There's no guidebook. The message is all in the image and in the energy of the card. And as silent as this guide is, and this, you know, this guide is really silent, and like I said, just sits with me. It speaks the loudest of all 7. This, I've said it before, say it again, if I can have only one, it would be this. This deck would be the only one I need. This guide just brings me right back to not just my soul, but it brings me right back down to, it zeroes in to me as an individual at the soul level, but also at the molecular level. There's something both very spiritual and very soul about these cards, but also it recognizes my humanity. It recognizes that I am in physical form, and like I said, down to each individual cell. I hope I was able to explain it, but this one is just unbelievable. I have been in a state of mind of extreme despair, not knowing what to do, and I pull one card from here. And I am comforted. It's very nurturing. It's very comforting. But not only does it, the image, like when I pull a card, the image that I pull at random will reflect or literally describe how I'm feeling. And at the same time, within the same image will be the comforting message and what my course of action, what can I do to feel better, or it'll, no, actually it's not what I can do to feel better. It will describe, like, the image at the same time. So like I said, the image will reflect back to me how I'm feeling. It will then explain to me what's actually going on. And then it'll comfort me within the same image. It'll explain to me why everything's going to be okay. So, craziness. And if you want a really high quality oracle deck that's widely available, mass produced, if you live in Europe, they make these in matte. Lucky you. It's AGM. So yeah, this guide. And that's it for me. I think I've shared all my guides with you. So please, I will, please participate, because I want to see your video. I want to see who your guides are. I want to hear you talk about them, describe their personalities, what they mean to you. I will, in the box below, I will link to Natalia's video at her channel, Ouroboros. And I will do my best to link to these different decks. The ones that are widely available, I'll just link to Amazon, or or the publisher's page if I find it. So, thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all a beautiful day.